Alright, let's be real. Most Roblox games feel exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you're clicking a weight in some lifting simulator, grinding pets and blocks fruits, or running through the 100th escape dentist obby. It's all got the same copy and paste vibe. And yeah, Roblox has always been a mix of random games, but back in the day, it felt like there was way more variety. You'd have survival games, disaster games, weird tycoons, and the kind of obbies that weren't just 30 stages of lava jumps. But now, it feels like Roblox has been stuck on repeat. So today, I want to break down why so many Roblox games feel the exact same, where it started, the genres that took it over, why developers keep reusing the same formulas, and what it says about Roblox as a platform in 2025. So, before we get into why everything feels the same now, we gotta look back, because early Roblox, it was an entirely different vibe. You'd log on back then, and the front page wasn't dominated by simulators or roleplay games. You'd see stuff like Natural Disaster Survival, Apocalypse Rising, work at a pizza place, or one of those random tycoons where you'd build up a base with your friends. And sure, those games definitely weren't perfect by any means. A lot of them were buggy, some really simple, but the point is, they all felt different. One day you're delivering pizzas, the next day you're trying to survive a tornado, and then you're in an obby that actually tried to do something creative instead of just spamming the same obstacles over and over. There was this weird mix of creativity where it felt like people were just experimenting. Developers weren't all chasing the same formula, they were just making whatever idea popped into their head at the time. And because of that, you'd get some wild stuff. Some of it was bad, but at least it wasn't all the same. That's the big difference. Roblox used to feel like a giant sandbox where every game had its own identity, but over time, the platform shifted, and the stuff that rose to the top all started looking really similar. And that's where we're at today. So let's talk about how we actually got here, and we've got to start with the simulator boom. If you played one, you've basically played them all. You start out clicking or tapping something over and over. Lifting weights, swinging a sword, eating food, whatever. That fills up a bar, you cash it in, you upgrade, and then you do the exact same thing again. And the loop never really changes. It's just click, upgrade, repeat. Maybe you unlock a new area with slightly bigger numbers, maybe your character looks cooler, but it's the same formula over and over. The wild part is it works. Simulators blew up because they're super easy to understand and kind of addicting. You don't need a tutorial, you just click, grind, and feel like you're progressing. But here's the thing, when a formula works, Roblox developers copy it to death. That's why you've got thousands of different simulators. Lifting simulators, bug simulators, bee simulators, eating simulators, even lawn mowing simulators. And to try to make it even more cookie cutter, they all use the same monetization tricks, pets, multipliers, rebirths, boosts. It's the same cash shop wrapped in a slightly different skin. So instead of every simulator feeling unique, it just turned into a bunch of games chasing the exact same loop. And honestly, that loop hasn't changed in years, which is why, after a while, logging into a new simulator just feels like deja vu. You already know exactly what you're getting into before you even press play. And that's the same problem with obbies and tycoons. They all leaned on formulas that worked once, then just repeated them into the ground. So with that being said, simulators weren't the only genre that got run into the ground. Obbies and tycoons, same story. Back in the day, obbies were some of the most creative stuff on Roblox. You'd have obstacle courses that were actually challenging or theme stages that just felt unique. Now, it's just endless escape the dentist, escape the school, escape the toilet clones. And the funny part is, they all play the same. Jump over some lava, dodge spinning kill bricks, climb a ladder, repeat. You can close your eyes and guess the next 10 stages, and you'd probably be right. It's not that obbies are bad by any means, it's just nobody really tries to innovate with them anymore. They all chase the same formula because it's easy to pump out and kids still click on it. And tycoons went the exact same way. Originally, they were these fun little base building games. You'd set up machines, grow your money, and unlock new floors or weapons. Now, it's the same building mechanics copied and pasted into a new theme. Pizza tycoon, military tycoon, space tycoon. But at the end of the day, you're just pressing buttons to drop cubes until the game says you're done. What used to feel like experimenting with your own little empire just turned into reskinning the exact same system. And just like simulators, the cycle repeated so much that all the originality got drained out of it. And while obbies and tycoons started blending together, Roblox roleplay games were quietly becoming the new kings. But even they all started to feel a little too similar. So let's talk about role-playing games, because while simulators, obbies, and tycoons were busy blending together, games like Brookhaven and Adopt Me quietly took over Roblox. And don't get me wrong, these games are insanely popular for a reason. Brookhaven is basically a giant social hub, houses, cars, jobs, secret bases. You just jump in and make your own fun with friends. Adopt Me nailed the pet system, the trading economy, and constant updates that kept players hooked. But the problem? They kinda all play the same. Whether it's Brookhaven, Adopt Me, Livetopia, or any of the countless clones. The formula is spawn in, decorate your house, get a vehicle, maybe roleplay a job, maybe grind for a pet, that's it. It works because it's easy and social, and for kids, that's enough. But from the outside looking in, it feels like you're just bouncing between slightly different versions of the same game. A new map here, a new pet there, but the core loop hasn't really changed in years. So while roleplay games might not look identical at first glance, once you spend time in them, they all blur together just like simulators and tycoons. And the same thing happened with Roblox Horror. At first, it felt fresh, but now it's starting to fall into the same copy-paste cycle too. Roblox Horror absolutely exploded a couple years back. You had Piggy blowing up, then Rainbow Friends, then Doors came in and set a new standard for the genre. For a while, every time you opened Roblox, It felt like there was some new scary game going viral. But here's the thing, once again, they all started blending together. Most of them follow the same formula: creepy atmosphere, a monster that chases you, puzzles or keys to collect, survive until the end. Whether it's a pig, a rainbow monster, or some doors with jump scares, it's all variations of the same setup. And don't get me wrong, some of these games are really well made. Doors especially push Roblox horror forward, but because it worked, a ton of clones and copycats popped up. And now it feels like every horror game is just Piggy but with a different skin, or Doors but with slightly different rooms. So just like simulators, obbies, and tycoons, horror games fell into that same trap. Copy the formula that works, tweak it a little, and push it out. And after a while, it just stops feeling fresh. But that actually brings us to a bigger question. Why do developers keep doing this? Why is Roblox stuck in the same cycle of repeating the same ideas over and over? So why does this keep happening? Why do Roblox developers keep recycling the same formulas? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's the system. Roblox's algorithm rewards games that get quick clicks and hold players just long enough to spend Robux. And what's the easiest way to do that? Copy what already works. If one simulator blows up, a dozen more pop up overnight. If Doors goes viral, suddenly there's a wave of scary monster chase games everywhere. And the thing is, making something brand new on Roblox is risky. You can spend months building a unique idea and still get buried under the algorithm. Meanwhile, a simple obby or simulator clone will at least get some traction because people already know what to expect. On top of that, monetization plays a huge role. Simulators and role-playing games especially, they're basically built around selling boosts, pets, or cosmetics. It's a proven business model, and for a lot of devs, it's the difference between making some money or walking away with nothing. And so it's not really that Roblox devs are lazy, they're just playing the game Roblox set up. The platform practically trains creators to chase trends and stick to safe formulas instead of experimenting. And when you zoom out, that's why so many Roblox games feel the exact same. Everyone's working under the same rules, chasing the same kind of success, and that leads to copy after copy after copy. But that doesn't mean creativity is completely gone, it's just hard to find, buried under all the clones. And here's the thing, even though it feels like every Roblox game is blending together, the platform still has something that makes it different. Roblox is one of the only places where anyone can make a game. It doesn't matter if you're a kid messing around after school or a full team of developers trying to go professional. You can open a studio, put something together, and get it out there. The accessibility is huge, and even with all the copy-paste stuff, there are still gems. Sometimes you stumble across a weird little game with only a few players, and it's doing something totally unique. It might not blow up, it might not be polished, but it reminds you why Roblox can be fun in the first place. Plus, the social side of stuff is still unmatched. A lot of people don't log in for the game itself, they log in to hang out with their friends. That's why Brookhaven and Adopt Me keep dominating, because they double as chat rooms with a little gameplay sprinkled in. So yeah, the platform has its problems, but underneath all the sameness, there's still creativity, and that's what keeps it alive. But that brings us back to the big question. What does it actually mean for Roblox when most of its games feel the exact same? Roblox right now feels kinda stuck. Simulators, obbies, tycoons, horror, roleplay, they've all fallen into the same patterns. You can jump into a brand new game and already know exactly what you're about to play. And that sameness can get boring, but at the same time, it's what keeps Roblox running. These formulas are safe, they're profitable, and they're easy to clone. The good news is the creativity isn't gone, it's just buried. If you dig deep enough, there are still games that surprise you, still developers trying to do something new. They might not hit the front page, but they're out there. So maybe Roblox will always feel a little copy and paste on the surface, but it's still one of the weirdest, most creative platforms underneath, and that's what keeps people coming back. But what do you think? Are Roblox games too copy-paste now? Or do you still find ones that feel original? Let me know below. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know. Subscribe for more content like this. Join the Discord too so you can be updated on when the next video drops, or just come and hang out with devs and players alike. Also, I have a second channel where I go over general gaming content rather than purely Roblox content, so if that interests you, check it out. See ya.